Hey guys, Tepcocyclerepair. I'm rebuilding this RM. So one of the things I gotta do while I'm waiting for the top end to come is clean out this carburetor. All right, you don't want to trust any of the settings that the carburetor is on. This bike's been sitting for a long time, so we're gonna take it apart, clean it all up, make sure all the settings are stock again, and start from fresh on that before we throw it back together. As well as changing all the fuel in the tank. Like I said, don't never trust any fuel that comes into your shop. Okay, so let's get this carburetor off. So the RM85 has used the same carburetor for quite a long time. It's not the best one, but it is a usable carb. It works pretty good. But you know, there's other ones you can put on here better than this one. Any of the new like 85s, KTMs, or any of those 85s, they use a better style carburetor. So you might want to try those. These round slides are, you know, they're okay. Sometimes you get some bogging issues and stuff, and but they work. They've been using them a long time. So we're gonna take off these two clamps right here. We got a Phillips head right here, Phillips head right here. Take the top off, just unscrew this right here. Take that off, and then we got a couple, these are vent lines, and this is the fuel line going to the tank. All right, so let's get these off. You can see that needle's got some discoloration there. We'll pull all that stuff out. I'm going to check all that setting in there and see what clip we're on and all that. All right, now from here with these loose, you just pull this back and pull the carb out. I'm going to take this whole thing off and clean it all up and make it all. I don't like the way that sits in there. It's not really set. You know, fit it up against it good. So I'm going to take this off, clean this whole thing out. Of course, clean the air filter, re-lube, re-oil that, get that all ready to go. So I'm going to pull this whole thing out, and it's easy. You just take this bolt off here, and you can just loosen this one, swing it out of the way, and then go ahead and take the whole thing out. But for right now, if you're just doing a carb, you can just grab the carburetor, pull it out of the intake here, and the carburetor will come right out. You gotta make sure you stick something in there so you don't get any dirt into your bottom end. All right, so this is also a good time to check your reeds. So you got 4 8mm here. You can take this out, pull this intake off, and the reeds are right down inside there. So this is the reed cage right here, this metal part right here. So what you want to do is take that out, check it. Make sure all your gaskets in here are good. If you don't have new gaskets, make sure that you order those up because you want to have a good seal right here. You don't want any air getting sucked in here. And when I do pressure tests and stuff, a lot of times I see them leaking right in here because you know, it's just not sealed up good. So make sure you pull that off and check it. Make sure your reeds are sealing up good and there's no light coming through them and there's no cracks on any of the edges. Okay, these reeds look good. I don't see any issues here. You can see the rubber seal right around there. Make sure that's good. There's no tears, anything on there. It's messed up. You can get away with, if you really need to, a tight wipe of like Yamabond or something in there. But, you know, keep an eye on that. Make sure that's nice and raised above the metal. You can feel it here. If it's pressed down below it, it's not going to seal. So check that one there. And then you have the one in the actual manifold here. And it's got the same deal, so make sure those are good as well. As far as the reeds go, look at your reeds on the edges of them. Make sure you have no air gaps in there. They're not bent out. These are nice. Everything looks good here, so it's going to be no problem. But take note of your case seam right here. What I like to do when I put these back on, because if you feel there's always a slight bit of difference right there, I like to take a tight, just a really small wipe of Yamabond right here and here. Just so that when you put the gasket back on, it seals there. Because this is where you're going to get your little leakage through here and here. And that happens, so I just like to put a tight, little tiny wipe on there. Alright, so let me show you inside here. Alright, so this is a bad sign when you see stuff like this. Okay, all that dirt right there. Alright, that's getting sucked straight into your crankcase. Alright, it's a 2-stroke. Look at that. Straight into your crankcase. Hopefully the oil kept it there and didn't go in. This crank feels good, so we're going to hope for the best there, but this whole thing's coming off and getting all cleaned. That's a big no-no in a 2-stroke. In any bike. I'm going to clean it all up before I get into it. Six millimeter. Seven millimeter. This is on the air side, so you're not going to have the O-ring and the washer in there. Just a spring. That's the choke hole. Make sure you're getting fluid through there. If you're not, get in there and a little piece of wire and clean it out. Alright, so this is the jets that I had in it. It's supposed to have a 125 stock. It's got a 128. It's supposed to be on a number 3 stock. So I'm going to drop this to the number 2 and run this 128 because I don't have a 125. So that's what we got to do. So remember to have this when you put this clip back in, that this is open right here to get the cable back in. Alright, so make sure you polish the needle seat right here. I used semi-chrome, Q-tip, spun around a bunch in here, cleaned it out, sprayed it with carb cleaner, blew it with air. Let's reassemble. So our emulsion tube here. So this is the main jet mount right here. It's also what guides in the slide needle. Okay, so it's this needle slides into this. This goes straight into here. This has like a lock nut on it. So put this in here, screw it in until the base is out. Take your 7 millimeter, just lightly snug it, then spin this 8 millimeter nut in, and then tighten the 8 millimeter and that'll lock into place. That's ready to go. Main jet, screwed right into that. Alright, good to go there. Pilot jet right next to it. mixture screw in the side. I'm going to set this at 2 turns out to start with. It was like a turn and a quarter out, but factory's 2. You got to adjust this all the time to depend on when you're riding. All right, so floats. All right, we get the level spec for you. All right, we're looking at 19 millimeters for our float height. So plus or minus a half millimeter. So you want to just rotate it until it's just touching, right? So you want to make sure it springs up, and that's where you're measuring it right there. From the surface to the bottom of the float, we're at 18.65. Okay, so we're supposed to be at 19 plus or minus a half a millimeter. So we're good to go right there. All right, put our splash guard back in. Float bowl. Don't over tighten these, don't strip them. The JIS bit. Baby's ready to go. Okay. Vent line's back on. All right, let's go put the slide back in. All right, so we're going to take our spring, put the spring on, compress the spring in all the way, put the plastic retainer in, pull the spring back all the way, grab it with your fingers just like that. Take your slide, hook the slide in there. There's a little indentation where it sits in. Make sure the plastic retainer goes right in the right place, and this is ready to go. And that's all there is to clean this up. And this is the Kian PWK 28mm carburetor on a 2006 RM85. This fits on a couple other bikes. I believe the KX85 and such, and the 100. So good carburetor. All right, time to throw it back on. Guys, hopefully you like this video. Please hit the like button, subscribe, hit the bell for further notifications. Till next time, it's Tepcocyclerepair. Make sure you're using a real Kian.